What up, Box Chevy family? It's your boy Box Chevy P, and we back again with another one. I've been getting a lot of questions asking about how I got my rims on my car. What did I do to make them fit? What all I needed to buy? So I'm finna give y'all the method of what I did. You can do it your way, but I'm gonna tell you what I did. So we finna get started, so pay attention. Let's go. First thing first, we're gonna start with the front. This is what I did to make the wheels fit. Now I put a couple pictures in there so y'all can get a visual look at what I'm talking about. First thing I did, I know I got 28s. These are 28s. First thing I did was I trimmed this. I took the chrome trim off, cut all the way up to the light. There's gonna be a little piece about that thick. It's gonna stick out to about right there, almost to the tire. You just cut it all the way up to the light. Nice clean cut. But the difference is my guy welded the lip back on there so we can have something to screw the chrome trim back into. Now this is my chrome trim. I didn't have to cut it up like this. This is how he did it for some reason. I actually got new chrome trim right here. So you can put the chrome trim back on after you cut it the stock way. You still gonna have to trim it a little bit, and I'm glad I got this. I can show y'all exactly what I'm talking about while I got it off the car. You see this chrome trim here? You got to cut that in half, damn near. Because that inner part touched the tire. So that's what I did. So this part here, see, you trim it. See how it's getting thinner as it go up? You trim it. You trim that part all the way out so you won't touch your tire. If it hit a bump, you won't touch the tire. Then another thing I did was, you see that black bar in there? I pulled the fender out just a little bit, and I got that black bar welded up in there to keep it stuck out so it can clear the tire, because you're gonna have to pull it out just a little bit to clear the tire. I've seen some people do it and it look ridiculous. See, mine look good because you can't really tell I pulled it out. But I've seen people who just pull it all the way out and it look crazy, you know what I mean? So you gotta do it just right. And that's how it's gonna look right there. It looked just right. And that's the look I was going for, the stock look, you know what I'm saying? So that's it for the front pretty much. Just that bar. Pull your thing out a little bit and weld the bar up in there, which a lot of people don't know how to weld, so you have to find something to put up in there, but that's what you gotta do. Put the bar in there, trim up there around the stuff, and you really should be good to go. And as far as the front, I don't know if you're gonna, I got coilovers in mine. I got QA1 coilovers in the front and in the rear. I don't know if you can see them, but there they go right there. See, I got QA1s in the front of mine. So them work for on the lift height. I've seen people use knuckles, but you know if you use knuckles, it's gonna be a rough ride, a stiffer ride if you wanna get some height in the front, but I suggest heavy duty shocks and springs or either some coilovers. But like I said, if you can't afford that, use you some knuckles. Knuckles will work too, they just gonna be a stiff ride. But that's pretty much it for the front. Let's move on to the back. As far as the back, all I did was, first thing I did when I bought some adjustable control arms. The top is double adjustable, the bottom is single adjustable. Well, excuse me, I bought those, put them on there, and those help center the wheel. Therefore, I don't have to cut. And like I told you on the title, little to no cutting. I didn't cut it all in the back. So these 28s fit on here. They look like 26s on camera, but they're huge in person. But this camera ain't doing them no justice. But you see how they fit under there looking like 26s. If you didn't know no better, you would swear they was 26s. But I didn't have to cut it all. A lot of people go the cheaper route and they don't buy the extended trailing arms. They'll just cut up into this right here. They'll cut half of that off. And that'll work if you put it back on there and make it look good. I've seen something that look decent, so don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking that, but I prefer not to cut my car all up. So that's why I went with the extended control arms and the trailing arms or whatever. And I'll get under there and let y'all see what I got under there. But that's all I did was put the extended trailing arms on there to center the wheel. Otherwise, it's gonna be hitting this, like I said. And I trimmed out the same thing we did in the front. Trimmed out the fender up there, split it in half so it don't touch the lip. And of course, I got a 7-inch lip on my rim, so I had to go a step further and get my rear end narrow. So that's what I had to do. I got my whole rear end narrow. And as for the back height too, I got coilovers in the rear too, as you can see them through the wheel right there. But yeah, I have my rear end narrowed. If you got some 28s with a 5-inch lip, they'll go right on without having to shorten your rear end, but you're still gonna have to address this part right here. So either you're gonna cut it or you're gonna get the extended trailing arms like I did. And I'm gonna get under here and show y'all what I got. But that's pretty much it. Oh, let's get under here. Let's see if we can see them. Okay. See the top? That's the extended trim. That's the double adjustable at the top. And at the bottom one is this long bar right here. It's this one right here. You see this bar right here? This long bar right here. Let's see if you can see all the way up there. That's the extended trailing arm. Get my hand. I ain't really got much room to get in there, but that's it right there. That bar right there, that's the lower, and the one I showed you at the top is the upper. And of course I got the QA1s on here too, so that, you know, you can adjust the stiffness and stuff on that. I got the single adjustable ones. But that's pretty much all I did, man. So like I said, y'all can do it jaw way. There's other ways to do it. If you want to put the knuckles in your springs, it's gonna ride. Like I said, the cheaper you do it, the worse it's gonna ride. So I like to get a stock kind of ride out of it. So I went with the QA1 coilovers and extended stuff. So that cost me, the coilovers, they was like, the front ones was like $650, the back ones was like $575 or something like that. So, and then the extended trailing arms was like $500 for the pair. But I think at Trick Performance, you can get them for like $300 or $400 now, I'm not mistaken. But so that's pretty much all I did. I'm gonna give y'all a real quick recap. The front, pull the fender out a little bit. At the front where the light at. And put you some up in there. I'm going back over this for the people who in the back who ain't paying attention. Who on the short yellow bus. You trim right here, trim all the way up to the light till ain't nothing there no more. You can screw you can actually screw the metal back into the light. My man's just put the lip back there so I can screw mine in and make it look stock. Like I said, I put a picture in here so y'all can see it. And just trim up here and make sure that you got enough clearance over your tire so it won't be rubbing. And then if you got your tire off, it's gonna be like a hump back here. Just poke out for some reason. You can hit that in much as you can and give you a little more turn radius. And again, the back. You won't fit a 28 straight on here. You're gonna have to either cut up here or you're gonna have to get some upper and lower trailing arms, adjustable trailing arms to center your wheel. That way you can put it, you can move it, you can play with it, move it back and forth how you want to. And then like as far as the clearance up here, you pretty much good. It ain't gonna touch up there, it's just this right here. So you gotta make sure you're clearing that because that's not the stock location. If you put a stock wheel on there without shortening your rear end, my wheel stuck out way out. So I had to have that shortened for the 7-inch lip. Like I said, if you watching this video and you got a 7-inch lip, you're gonna have to have your rear end narrow. It ain't gonna be no way you can work around that. If you got a 28 with a 5-inch lip, it'll go right on, but you're gonna have to do the trailing arms or either cut up there. So I'm just letting you know, 5-inch lip, you're gonna save some money if you go with a 5-inch lip because it's gonna be less work you gotta do to get the wheel to fit on there. And I know because I've had 5-inch lip and now I got a 7-inch lip. So the first set of rims I had on here, which I got in the picture here, those was the ones with the 5-inch lip. They went right on, but I still had my same setup with the coilovers and the stuff under there. So I done said it 30 times in a row. I'm saying this, repeating it, because a lot of people always still get in the comment section, hey, well, what about this, what about that? I'm saying it over and over so y'all can get it. So that's all y'all got to do. If I missed something or didn't touch on something that y'all want to know about, hit me up in the comment section and I'll answer your questions for you. But other than that, that's pretty much all you got to do to fit 28s on your car, man. That's what I told you in the front, what I told you in the back. That's all you got to do. I didn't have to do a frame notch. I only got a 28 by 10 in the back. So I didn't have to notch my frame either. The wheel is close to the frame, but it ain't touching. So I didn't have to notch my frame. Now, if you got a 28 by 12, you will have to do some frame notching. I'm just telling you now, if you got a lip any bigger than a 7-inch, you're gonna have to get into that frame at some point. Or maybe not. I'll take that back because I still got a little room to come back this way if I want to put a spacer or something in there, so I take that back. But anything bigger than a 7.5, you're gonna have to start cutting into that frame, doing some frame notches. So that's pretty much it on that, man. Like I said, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope I answered all y'all questions, but that's how I got my 28s on my car. That's that on that. If y'all got any questions, get in the comment section, hit me up. Check it out. Peace.